Good morning. Say good morning, Lucy. Lily? Nope. Right, I'm on my own today. We're at James's, and what we are doing is we are going to install the underfloor heating system that is going in here. So we've got a roll of 200 meters of 16mm underfloor heating pipe. This is a alley core pipe, and I'll run through that once we can start getting it down. And we also have a two-way manifold, which is in here, so we've got to put this together too. This is going on this board. I've put this in already this morning. Eventually this is going to have some units here, so it'll be in the back of a unit. So I've done it, so I've put a solid base on it, and I've just put a piece of plasterboard over it, just for when we come to pour the rest of it. It's just easier, we don't have to take it all back off the wall again. So we'll get this all done, we'll get it filled up, we'll get it tested, and then it'll be ready to have the floor put over the top of it. So today I'm going to get the piping in and get it all right. We'll clip it all down, and then tomorrow we're actually going to screed this floor as well. So let's get to work, get some pipes in the floor, and yeah, let's get it done. Right, when we're doing underfloor, we just need to, we're going to do this, we're going to split this up, because this is a two-way manifold. We're actually going to split this in half. We may as well make use of the second inlet, just because this is what James has got. So we're going to split the room in half down here. We're going to do this as one zone, and then we're going to do the rest of it as another zone. Now we don't need to come right up against this, because we are having kitchen units in here, so we can come 600mm off this. There's no point actually heating underneath the unit itself. There is an island, but we're just gonna heat underneath it just to make it more simple, because we don't actually know exactly what the size is. He's marked out a rough what he thinks it's going to be, but we're just going to go underneath it. It doesn't really matter. And then any base that we put on this, we can just stick it to the floor rather than fixing it. So with laying the underfloor heating pipes, from memory, I think spacing between them is between 100 and 200mm. We're going to run our spacings about 150mm in between each run. So we'll come out here, we'll go this way. There are tools online you can use to map out rooms to be able to get this right. I've worked this out to be about 130 meters of pipe work, and we've got a 200-meter roll, so we've got plenty to play with. So I'm going to come down this way, and we're just going to loop it back and forth until we fill up all of this in, and then we're going to bring it back up for one zone, and then we're just going to do the same for this one. We'll come out this way and we'll loop it all back and forth and run back up the middle for our second zone. So we are going to clip this as well, as you're supposed to. You can get guns that clip this to the floor, but I've had one before, and to be honest, it broke. They're a bit rubbish. So we'll just clip this by hand. It doesn't actually take much just to push this down on the floor. So let's start unrolling this. It's a bit of a pain in the ass to do it on by yourself, to be honest, but we'll get it, and we'll get it looking something like it. So let's start rolling this out, and I might actually set it up on a little time lapse just to get the bulk of this done, and then we'll come back to it in a second. As you saw, I've got this half down. You can excuse this a little bit, they do go a little bit close, but I just wanted to get in the doorway as well, just so we've got it in there too. So this is basically the principle of it. So this is now one zone, so we've got a flow and return in, and then we're just going to do the same on this side, and then we'll move on to starting to pipe up for the manifold, and then we can start testing bits and pieces. This is basically what underfloor heating is running pipes. It takes a bit of time. This is probably taking me about an hour just to get this down. Obviously I am clipping this by hand as well, so it does slow me down a little bit, but I've got all day, so I'm in no rush. So yeah, I'm just going to move on, do this half now. I won't film this bit because it just gets a little bit repetitive. So we'll see you in a couple of seconds when it's all down. Nice. We got it all down, didn't we, Luce? Lucy's looking very uncomfortable now because she's got nowhere to lie. She keeps looking at me like this. Look. Isn't you, Luce? She's like, where am I going to lie down now? I know, it's so sad. I know. Right, anyway, we've got all the pipework down and it's looking great. So this is all the floor area that we need to cover. We don't need to go in here, like I said, just because the units are going in here. So what we've got now are 2 zones separately. So we're going to split. We have split it in half. So 4 pipes, 2 flows, 2 returns. So what we're going to do next is we're just going to unbox the manifold, and then we're going to start fitting that on the wall. Get it all connected up, and then we can start filling these pipeworks up and getting all the air out of it, and just get it up to pressure. And we'll just leave it up to pressure then for when the screed and stuff goes down tomorrow, which we'll be doing. So yeah, let's unbox this manifold, put it together, see what we're looking like. Right, first things first, we're just going to get our brackets on. Now these are stepped for a reason, so the widest part of the step should be at the bottom, just so the pipes at the top can go up behind it. So we're just going to get those on quickly. So we're just going to have one roughly there. What screws this come with? Not very many, so got the stainless ones out, let me loose. Pretty ones. A couple of those, haven't we? Let's have some washers on there too. You're all looking a bit uncomfortable there, Luce, aren't you? Nowhere to lie down? That's sad. Just lie down somewhere. Go lie down in the corner, there's no pipe over there. Alright. Cutie. Right, we just need to make sure we get our spacings right on this, just because obviously these brackets pick up on the sides. So when they go on, they'll clip on like this. So we just need to make sure we get our bracket right in the right spot, right distance apart, which will be insides about there, I reckon. What do you reckon, Luce? Don't really care, do you? Level, of course. Good go. Something like that. Cool. Actually, we'll get that one in a minute. We'll put the top one on first, and we can get our pipes up to it, just so it makes our lives a little bit easier connecting these up. So this one up here. Like that. We're just going to assemble this loosely for a second, just so it's in the right position but just so we can cut our pipes down to suit, just so it looks nice and tidy. So we don't need that one for a minute. We're going to do these ones first. These ones are going up at the back, so we just need to put a nice bend on this to get this up straight. This one's going to go up behind like there. And you should have the bits already in there, which they have. So roughly there. Put that on there, like that. And we'll just make this one sweep nice as well. Right. Easy, just push these on while they're not attached, just so we can guarantee that we're not going to kink any pipe work. So nut, olive, come on, down you go. Come on. Yes. Come on. Those ones like that. Then we can put that back on. Right, so there's one. We'll just do the same now with this one. And that'll be nice and tidy then. They're already on there. So same again. We'll just do this one with this one, and then we'll come back and we'll put everything else together. When you're connecting these up, you just want to make sure that your pipe goes all the way flush with the bottom of these, covering both of these seals, because this is essentially what seals the underfloor heating, because the olives don't actually seal it on these because they're actually a split olive. So the olives are literally there just to hold the pipe to work together. So they've got to be over both of these seals otherwise you're going to have some leaks. We don't want leaks, we don't like leaks. So just a quick little one. If you're doing this yourself, I think the average person that is quite, you know, DIY orientated and has quite a good knowledge of this type of stuff, is really simple to do. The only hard bit is setting it up, balancing it, make sure it's all connected into the heating system correctly. But we will do that at a later date. I'm probably just going to run a flow and return in today and just get it up to where it needs to be up the top, and just finish it up here for a minute, because we've not got any holes through just yet, but we can get the pipe work up to that point. But yeah, that's it really. It's really simple stuff. It's just like building Legos. Right, now that's all mounted up there nicely, looking tidy. So this would be our flow. So this is basically the same as how a radiator would work. So these will be where our TRVs are. So you can actually put a standard TRV on this and control it with a standard thermostat. So if we had something like a Wi-Fi controlled system, something like a Tadu or a Hive, you can get wireless thermostats, and they will actually go on this, and you can control it then through the app, and this will be our return. So this one here needs to go on this side, and all this is here is a AAV, which is an automatic air bleed vent, and this will be where we fill it up from in a second. So we'll have one on the top, one on the bottom. All right. No, should not need any type of PTFE with any of this, because they are on O-rings, so there's no PTFE, no liquid PTFE, nothing of the sort. They should all seal up with the O-rings that are supplied. And this here is just a little lock nut, just to tighten that up. So hand tight with it, and then just the lock nut just to nip it up. Like that. Not massively over tight. We don't need to be cranking on any of this. And we'll just put that one on there for the time being. For it's kind of got an O-ring in it. It's good to always check. Should have an O-ring, which it does. I think these have got a lock ring on too. So like that, nice and straight. Make sure they're nipped up. Alright, Luce. Why are you looking like that? Why do you always want to go in? Want to say hello? Okay. So that should all be the same. And then we just need to do the same for the other side. So, well, I don't know if I've got any fittings actually will fit this. We'll have to have a look in a second. So one at the top. So that there is our manifold put together. So really simple, really. So what we're going to do in a second, before I attach any flow and return, what I'm going to do is I am going to put a hose pipe on this one and just run it out the door, and then we'll stick a hose pipe on this one and just connect it up to the tap, and then we'll do these one at a time, and we'll run water through it until we get no air coming out this side. Then we can lock it off while the water's running and fill this up to pressure and lock it off, and then we'll just leave them filled up. So let's connect some hose pipes up and we'll start bleeding it through, get all the air out of the pipe work, and then that essentially is done, ready to have the floor put over it, as long as we don't have any leaks. So that's really it. They're really simple. That's it. Look at my hair. I've got the camera on my head. My hair's all sticking up now. Right, that's it for the manifold. Really simple. I mean, obviously this is only a two-way, but yeah, really easy and really manageable. So we will have a separate zone valve on this, but we're going to put that up in with the others because it has got an unvented upstairs. So we're going to stick a zone valve upstairs just so it's all serviceable, it's all in the one spot and we don't have to run extra cables. But this here will just be in the back of a cupboard, and we can just monitor temperatures, set it all up for when we need to. And yeah, Lucy's having fun. Hey Lucy, having a good day. Right, connect some pipes up, fill this with water, see how we're getting on. So we've got our hose pipes connected up now. I'm just going to flick the water on and hope it doesn't blow off. I've spilt a little bit of water just because there was some water left in the hose pipe when I cut it. So what should happen now is absolutely nothing, really, because this should be shut. Right, so these are completely shut. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do one leg first. So we're going to open this one up, and it should start pushing some water in. So we're just going to take that off actually, and then those valves are completely open. And once we open this one, it should start to push air out the pipe where Lucy is. So hopefully nothing's happening. Trapped there. So we should, in a second, start to get some water come out of that pipe. You can hear it moving all around. Let's crank that right open. We have got good water pressure here. I think it's about 3 bar of water pressure here, so it should be plenty enough to pressurise this. Now any second we should start to get some water come out of this one. Just see it's just purging air out as well. You can see where it stops and starts, so we just need that to be continuous now. Continuous running water. And then we'll know we have all the air bubbles out. Easy. Right, we're all shut off. We're full of water, we're up to pressure, everything's all shut off, all isolated now, so we'll hold pressure in this, and we'll see you in the morning for some concrete. That's what we look like anyway. It looks good, got concrete over it at least, so plenty good enough for a bit of latex. Lucy's fed up. Hi Lucy. Oh no, sad. And yeah, so we'll just wait for this to dry now over the weekend before we get some latex on it. And then we'll pipe in the flow and return for the central heating, for the underfloor heating, sorry, and get it tested and get it working. So that's it. So going home. Say goodbye, Steve.
Goodbye, Steve.